What's going on, guys? It's Reckless here. Today I'm going to be doing some pre-regional practicing with probably my favourite leader to play at the moment. It is indeed your boy, RP Luffy. A little cameo there from my Adakai custom. Honestly, these custom cards are so good. Picked up a few in the Valentine's Day sale, but yeah, honestly, go check him out. I think it's Kaizoku Cards as well, same printing company, but he draws all his own designs and everything. Really cool. Yeah, so essentially we have a few regionals coming up. Got Glasgow next weekend, and we also have London and Paris in the forthcoming weeks. I am going to be taking Dofi, particularly for Glasgow, but I also will be taking RP Luffy for side events, and this might even be a main deck going into OP10. Undecided yet, we'll have to see with more testing on Doflamingo. But yeah, so I thought I'd play a couple of games on ranked. I've been really enjoying this leader recently. It's really flexible. The build options are really good. So currently I am just playing the up to 09 cards. I know 010 is ranked on Sim, or I know that ranked Sim is up to 010, but I'm fairly certain it's just going to be 09 for the Glasgow regional, so I mainly want to just keep testing this. And to be fair, it's a bit of a mixed list anyway, so I think the main points of contention here at the moment is the Zorajiro. So you see in some lists, some regional topping lists like Koti, he's cut the Zorajiro and he's just playing there. It's the die for, as well as the Rush Sanji. So I've been messing around with the Rush Sanji, but honestly the Don Minus really hurts if you're not playing the full stacked event lineup. So I'm quite happy with this list as it is at the moment. I do like the Zorajiro. It does get bounced easily by Dofi, but it is a 1k counter. 1k counters are really crucial against Dofi because they swing sixes. So even if they bounce it back, providing they don't just go wombo combo, you know, teach Jinbei Weevil hit the nuts, I mean, you're going to lose in that situation anyway. I think Zorajiro is still perfectly valid to play. For Bonclay mandatory, for Nami I would say mandatory. I played 10-2k, so I've got the 2 extra for Inosuke. I mean, it's pretty much never going to get played, but I suppose 1 in 100 games you might go for game with it. We've got 3 Lin Lin, 4 9 cost Luffy, 4 Queens, 4 Useless Kid. You notice heavy on the Don Minus here, so that when we do get to the latter turns, we can always restand a Don with Leader for the Giant. The biggest tech card really, aside from the Lead Performer, I think this is more common now, I'm just playing 3 at the moment, is Noronoro or Slow Beam Sword. I absolutely love this card. I think it's one of the best events in the game. It basically gives you Bonnie effect for a turn. People don't see it, they don't play around it. Even if you leave 2 Dons standing up, they look at it and think giant. This card just doesn't enter their fray. I'm sure the element of surprise will only hold out for so long as people, you know, definitely will pick up on this card more. But yeah, and then 210 cost Shanks. I wasn't a believer in Shanks at first, to be honest, but I think if you can get a kid established and then you can play out the Shanks to restand the Don, he's very good, but the window of opportunity to play him is very small. So he is a flex spot. You could take him out, I would say, with the 010 cards coming in as well. Probably a few changes you could make. But yeah, this is what we're going to be running for now. Okay, so we've got game first Shanks. We are heavily favoured in this matchup. We always take first. And yeah, I think that is a perfectly fine hand to keep. Honestly, if we can hit any kind of ramp and just go back-to-back Luffy's, really hard for Shanks to keep up. This is, as a lot of people know, one of Shanks' least favourite matchups, just because we can get to real big bodies really quickly, and the fact we've got a 6k leader does kind of negate his leader skill a little bit, as he can never just free block out of it with his reduction of 1k, so that is something that does come up. Hit him for 6, he takes. We'll play the Zorajiro and pass. I don't think he can really get rid of this on curve. Even if he does though, it's fine because he's wasting resources and we can just play another one. Will be annoying to not get to the ramp, but okay, he's playing the Hongo. He's going to swing 6. I actually do think we can take this one because we don't have a play on 5 anyway, apart from the Zorajiro. So we'll just see if we get anything. It's only a 2k sadly, but that's fine. And then now we will swing. Let's go. So we'll start with the 6 with Zoro. Active Adon. and then we're going to go 7 and just play out the other one. Bit of sad we don't see the Bon Clay or the lead performer. That would be really nice. So he's going to counter this one. This one I'm assuming he probably takes, or he will lead a skill on 2k. Either way, we're happy with that. And then we're just going to play out the second Zoroduro, so we will guarantee get ourselves some kind of ramp next turn. Okay, he takes that one, that's not a problem. We'll establish the second one, we'll just pass it over. Now he's pretty much forced to swing into this Zoroduro, so our life should be protected. It's one of the good things about RP Luffy as well, is that where you have a 6k leader, if you have a tapped body that's less than that, they will always swing into that, so they kind of work as pseudo blockers, depending on what cards you're running. That's another reason I don't mind the Zoroduro. Oh, he's playing the Divine Departure. That's quite an interesting play. Okay, I see the vision, Okay, we take that, that's not a bit sad, not much we can do about that. Okay, now we're going to ramp to 9, play this Luffy. I'm interested to see if he's going to save this Hongo, because we are going to swing 6 into this. Can't really afford him to have that. He's not going to save it, that's fine. Ramp a Don, play the Luffy, Don -1, we'll draw 1. We get the big mum, which is pretty nice. That means that we can go down to 0 and heal if we need to. 10k takes this all day. And we're in a really good position, because the most he can do here is Rayleigh, lower this to 7. And then I'm just going to go 7, 7, 10 again next turn. The Rayleigh doesn't really do anything for him. Or you can... Dragon would be pretty good, to be honest. So you can go Dragon 7 and 9. Yeah, that's what we're going to see. So we will 2k out of the 7 and we'll take the 9. Not really a fan of giving up too much counter too early. Wicked, we draw a third Luffy. So this is honestly, and the Giant. This is going to be really tough for him to get out of. So we're going to go 7 leader. If he doesn't counter this, he's in big trouble. Yeah. There we go. Another 10 to the dome. Have you got it, Chief? He's thinking about it. No, he doesn't have it. Yeah, I think this is a foregone conclusion at this stage. Swing another 10. And then restand a Don and just hand it over. Honestly, I really don't know as a Shanks player what you can do against this deck. If you lose the dice roll, you're forced to go second, and your opponent sees ramp and 9-drop Luffy's. It's pretty rough here. Like 10 cost Shanks here doesn't do much for him, because we can counter out and just swing super aggressive into his life. Another Dragon doesn't really get him there. You know, he pretty much knows that whatever options he has, he's not going to be able to lethal me or even probably clear one of these. So it's really tough from his position. He's, you know, honestly his best bet here could be potentially just a double blocker, and then just, you know, tap leader with the Dragon. But we shall see what he has. Paint Otama, that's interesting. Don't often see that in Shanks. Got the new Tiny Chopper. This card's really good. This is a card that will probably be going into this deck. It's just, like I say at the moment, just doing a little bit of final OP09 with the regional coming up. But I can see the vision with the new Punk Hazard Straw Hat stuff. Essentially they become 6k bodies on your opponent's turn or on your turn. They're cheap to play out, they're searchable off Nami. So yeah, I think can quite easily see these coming into play in the next few weeks. What has Bro got for us? I really, honestly, I'm just racking my brain. I'm like, maybe 10 Shanks KO the Luffy, like the pop Shanks, then swing 8. That would be pretty decent. But even then, you know, I could literally just split my Don between leader and Luffy and go 12-14 or 13-13. I don't really think he has it either way. He's already burned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2Ks, so he's having a big old think here. Interesting enough for you guys, I have a question. Why do you think Shanks is so popular? Because every locals I seem to go, it's just really flooded. Okay, he's playing the dragon. Yeah, I wonder if it's like the character or just the fact that, you know, red best deck back in the day, you know, people reliving the good old times. It's interesting to know. Okay, so he goes 11 here. So I can giant, give a 2k, and then he leaves the 2 Don up for Red Hawk. Honestly, I think I'm just going to take this to try and bait him into going for game. I mean, he definitely knows that we've got the counter, but he might just feel that he loses either way. Because honestly, there's a world in which I literally just swing 7, 10, 10, play a Linden. Yeah, okay, so he's not going for the Red Hawk play. So I think I'll give him the Nami here, just in case we need to block her up next turn. And then what's he going to do? He's saving one for Rad Beam. Interesting thing here is, yeah, do you know what? I think we will giant it. Trust the Luffy. He'll draw another giant. It's just 2 busted. Okay, let's start with a 10k. So how do you feel about that? Yeah, GG's. Not really anything he can do. Yeah, it's such a tough matchup for Shanks. I mean, I have lost to it on the odd occasion. Like if you lose dice roll and then they choose to go first, they can get there. But it's just such a tough matchup. Like I don't see much that they could do differently if they're going second and you just see your ramp and you see your big end. But yeah, GG's to our opponent there. Yellow Kid, okay, not really strictly an 09 matchup. Oh, it's the same guy. It's the same guy. Okay, let's see what he's saying. Not a bad hand by any stretch of the imagination. Tough one, no top end. Do we risk it for the biscuit? I think the Nami hits a Luffy, right? We've got the 2 Zorojuros. I think I'll keep it. He's probably not going to be too happy when I do the exact same play as the last game. I actually sent him into sabbatical and he switched decks. Hey ho. Yeah, we find the Luffy every time. Sad to bottom deck 2 Namis and a giant there, but what can you do? How do you guys feel about this useless kid leader? I'm not too sold on it, man. I feel like the leader effect is inherently busted, but I don't know if it's just suffering from yellow just being quite fragile to removal, to aggro. Yeah, I've not really seen many people playing this leader online. I just wonder if maybe it does have a bit of untapped potential. I don't know, is it ever going to be better than playing Katakuri, playing Enel? That is the question. Having said that though, the new Supernovas are just crazy good. Oh, we drew a giant, that's really nice. So we'll throw a 6 at him. I wonder if he just blocks this. No, he takes, yeah. Play out the Zorojuro and then pass. Honestly, I'm not too familiar with the cards here. I think, what does he maybe do here? Oh, okay, he plays the Hawkins. I was anticipating, is it the X-Drake where you can tap it to tap an opponent's character, and you just swing 5 into the 4, or 6 in that case if it's a 3 cost. This is really nasty though, so we'll let him get that trigger. We're not too bothered about that. We swing 6 to the Zorojuro, ramp to 4. It's gonna block. Yeah, you can trash my life, that's fine. And then we'll go 7 into life, please, sir. You can get all the cards, Go into 6, not too threatened by 6. I'm kind of surprised he just didn't block that, to be honest. I suppose he wanted the trigger. He probably knows I'm not going to be removing any blockers in this deck. Yeah, we'll just lose that, that's fine. Okay, I see what you're doing there. I honestly feel like losing the life is not that bad. Am I out of my mind there? I don't know. Is it worth just establishing the kid? No, I think we just want to aggro him, right? So you can block this 2k beige, whatever. Okay, he hits the trigger off a life, or he he trashes my trigger rather, which is a bit annoying, but that's fine. We're going to draw another card. We're going to go 10 into life. You take that beige, and that beige is fairly dodged, which is nice. Again, interested to see maybe he could have blocked there to save the beige for the next turn and stop one of the swings. Okay, trashes. Yeah, that was something I probably should have foreseen. You can't swing at life though, so okay, he does get another beige. That's pretty cringe. Okay, we draw another giant though, which is bonkers. I think I'm going to can block this one. I think we just swing the, so we can go 7 for useless kid. That'll buff the leader to 7. 7. Keep 2 done up for, so we can afford to go 11 here. And then at least if he does block, he's got to give me a 2 and a 1. But he'll probably just chump block this with the scratch man. Okay, he takes. Interesting. Decides to beige the leader. Going dangerously low. So now we're gonna return a Don. My leader's now 7, and we will restand 1. We got either 2 giants or the slow beam sword, depends. If he goes full 19 in, then we can do that. Double giants gets me to 8, so 7, 15. Yeah, we should be able to just about get out of it. Whether we can go for lethal on the following turn is a good question though. Maybe just letting him trash my life was not the best option here, but I feel like it's RP Luffy, right? Like we have to be aggressive. We don't really have a plan B. Okay, so this is pretty good. So I'm now going to slow beam sword, buff my leader, tap his blocker, and I'll give him the 1k out. Okay, he's gonna heal. This gives rested Don as well, which is pretty good. Okay, so we will giant trash the. I think we trash the queen because we can only afford to play 1. I think buff that. Okay, and then he's gonna. Ooh, okay, this is a bit scary. Yeah, I can't lie, I don't know if we're going to win this game. Let's just swing over that blocker, just pesky guy. I think we drop the queen. Get rid of that. Then we can restand Don. So we can go, let's keep 1 up for giants, we can go 10, 10, buff leader to 7, 8, 9. So let's just go 9 at life. I think we probably lose here, to be honest, guys, but hey ho, that's the name of the game, man. Yellow does yellow things, you know. Of course, he's just trashed my whole life. Like, he's allowed to do that, you know. It's democracy. So get him to 0 and pray that we survive. I can't remember if they have a way to tap a 5 cost. I know that like I say, I've not played this deck much. What is it? The X-Drake? I think it taps 4 costs. Seeing 3 of this is kind of obnoxious though, just given this blocker. Okay, takes, interesting. Right, well it's in the hands of the Almighty right now. We do have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 plus the giant, but it's hard to envision us not dying here really. If he splits evenly, he can go like 10. Okay, he's going to go 11. And then, so he goes 11, 11, 11. He's going to go 11 3 times, so we might actually live here. I'm going to block that. We can't get out of 3 11s. Giant. Just trash the Zorajiro. And then the Bon Clay. And then he's going to go 11 again. And then we go 2, 2, and 2, sir. I think that might be GG's. Has to be, right? Okay, he gets to cycle 1. There's no way he gets out of this. So, re-Rampadon. We'll go 11 at life. And that might even be enough. Yeah, and then we're going to go 9 at life, detaching this. And yeah, it's guaranteed GG's. We'll take that, you know. We was under pressure, but we managed to withhold the storm. See, like slow beam sword there, man. It really does put in the work. Like, being able to just tap blockers is, you know, you're playing it defensively, but you're using the second ability to tap stuff. More often than not, you're using that offensively, unless you're playing against something like Shanks, which has, or Purple Luffy, where they have 2 really big bodies. Then the 2k counter plus tapping something is pretty useful. But yeah, GG's to our opponent there. Okay, now we've got red, yellow, green, law. Now, I know this deck wants to go second. What I'm wondering is, does his need to go second outweigh our want to go first? I think we're just going to go first. It's a 4-life leader. We're just going to stick to the game plan. Yeah, we're going to stick to the game plan. This is good. I'm going to keep this. He can be quite aggressive though, so hopefully he doesn't just see the absolute nuts. Like I say, I'm still quite new to these 10 leaders. And Gaston, I've got a feeling that I've seen that name before. Is he a French player that I think might have played a friend of mine at regionals? Not sure. Gaston, if you're watching this, let me know. Where are you from? Where are you at? Who are you? Okay, so we don't have an army searcher, we don't have no ramp on 3, which is a little bit sad, but we are going to ramp on 5, and then we'll go into Eustace Kid into Shanks, which is kind of nice. Cool looking searcher. Oh, we drew the Zorajiro. We are just better. We're just better. So we'll play that out. Took the first 6, which is kind of good. I know that the limited experience I have of playing this deck, I know that their hand gets to insane levels. Oh, okay. Yeah, that seems pretty strong. That might be potentially a bit of trouble here. So he plays the Bonnie. So Bonnie is kind of like, well, it's basically like, is it Huri? Yeah. Oh no, sorry. It's basically. Why can't I think? It's like a Vankov. It's a Vankov in BY. That is a really nice AA. really nice. We should see what that looks like. Gonna go 6. We'll take that one, Chief, no problem. Gonna drop another Bonnie Searcher. You can clearly see with the wait times of some of these plays that people are not used to these decks, especially with this deck as well, where I think there's a lot of combos and things you can do, so probably not super straightforward to pilot. Another Searcher, yeah, I think of the gameplay that I've seen, this Searcher can just get spammed. We have 3 Usahachi, which is crazy. So we're going to do the old Classico 6k to lead, ramp a Don. Didn't count with the first 6, never know, might not have any 2ks. It's got to have 1 though, surely. Yeah, he literally drew 1. Imagine if I looked at the chat log and saw what he searched. Yeah, that's fine. We'll play Bon Kure, and then we'll go 7 leader. It's going to completely ignore these Bonnies. I wonder if he blocks this one. His deck can be quite fast for us, but then I think, I don't know, I feel relatively comfortable here, because next turn I'm going to go to 9, I'm going to be able to play the kid, Don minus, and go back to 10 on the following turn. So then I'll be able to play the Shanks and re-ramp for the Giant. The only issue is, there is no Giant in our hand. But if we have 10 Shanks established with Eustace Kid, so leader 7 and Shanks reducing everything to 5, then we can just sit on 1 and 2Ks. And if he has a way to interact with this Zoroduro, the Bon Clay, he's probably going to have to do that as well, because otherwise I'm just going to get some free value out of it. What can he do with his 6th on turn? He's got the Cavendish, is such a good card, man. So good. Ah, there it is, yeah, so it's a 3 cost, taps a 4 cost. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I know they don't really like giving yellow the ability to tap 5 costs or interact with 5 costs too much. I mean, we had one card that interacted with 5 costs a bit too much and it was banned. Not particularly for that reason, but yeah. Shout out Reject. So, Law, Bouncer Luffy, Player X-Ray, tap the Bon Clay. Yeah, that's fine. Bon Clay's done its job. Like, you can eat the board here. I'm not upset about that at all. The only problem will be the next turn we are playing is kind of slow. Like, Eustace Kid into 1 big swing. Pretty slow because he's going pretty wide now. Yeah, that's fine. We're never protecting that. 6 to 4. Yep, can have that. We'll take. So with his leader effects, bounces. Okay, so he's got a brick in life, which is kind of good for us. Oh, we see the 9 Luffy. That's really, really tempting. I don't think we can afford to do it though, because we go to 0 next turn if we're not careful. So I think let's just ramp 1 so we know we've done that for the meantime. We'll Don minus go to an 7k leader and we will bluff the Giants, and we're just going to swing 9 into life, force him to give us the blocker. Well, he might counter, but realistically I think he just gives up this Bonnie at this point, surely. No, he took. That is insane. Okay, but I suppose he can heal. He's got literally infinite cards in hand. So how do I feel about this position right here? I don't feel too bad because realistically he's gonna. Okay, he's playing. What does he play for 8? Ah, okay. Yeah, that's a bit frustrating. But then he's not tapping into life. Okay, so he just set up the Great Wall of Eustace Captain Kidd, which is fine. We're going to play a 10 shanks here. We are going to swing 8 into the 7. And then we're going to force 1 blocker here and 2 2Ks, which is okay. Do we... I think we still want to bluff the giant. No, do you know what? The thing is, we're at 7k lead, so he's never going to swing 11s. So we just don't even need to bluff the giant. If he wants to force us to try and get to 0, that's up to him. If he does play a second one here into another blocker though, we might be screwed. I cannot lie to you. But then I suppose again, he will only be getting 1 swing. So we can then play the Luffy next turn, get some value out of drawing a card. Honestly, I feel like the game can go either way right now. I'd say he might just be slightly favoured just because of this dumbass card, man. I remember when I first started playing the game, Eustace Kidd was the first deck I played. I started in 03 and I read this card and I was like, oh my god, like, that's bonkers. But then I was playing into it against Katakuri and I was just losing all the time. And then it's funny how, like, to this day, like, I mean, this has got to be probably the best OP01 card, right? It's still around. I know green's not the strongest colour, but this card literally single-handedly carries green on its back. Okay, so I have to imagine by the time he's taken to think out this turn that he's not in 100% the best position himself. I mean, the good thing with the shanks is now, if he wants to swing at leader with these, he has to invest 2 Don. We're breaking even with the Eustace Kidd. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting that. That's yeah, that kind of sucks. We'll give you the 1k for that, boss. We'll have to give him the Sanji here. I'm not going to let you have that one, sorry mate. Okay, so we try and play for the giant. I think we have to, right? We hit it every time, we love that. Okay, so with this one, I'll draw a card. Okay, at least we get a brick to pitch off the giant. We'll re-ramp that Don. We have to swing 8 into 7 first, which is a bit annoying. Then we go 7 into 7. And then we force the Bonnie blocker with the Luffy, I imagine. That Bonnie, honestly, that might just won him the game. Strong chance we do lose next turn. Yeah, counters with... Wait, that Tashigi is a 2k. I didn't even know that. That's so busted, man. Like, that is just so busted. Like, where was the need? Okay, give me your Bonnie blocker. Right, well, we're holding on for dear life here. He's still got 8 cards in hand, man. Our board is pretty scary though, so like if he doesn't get through this turn, but we still have to clear the kid. He's got so many blockers. And realistically, we've got 1 more turn. Like, that's it. The only way we have more than 1 turn is if we draw a big mum. And even then, still think it's not great. Because like if we draw the big mum, the best thing we could probably do is like put the Cavendish back to life and then just pressure board or sorry, take the blocker back to life, try and clear the board. But then, like, we just don't have the longevity to stay alive for more than a turn or two, so... Okay, what happened there? I'm really confused. So... Oh, he bounced Lonnie back to the hand, deployed it. Right, okay. That's pretty big. I was really confused what happened there. That looked really weird. If he's going to keep doing that every turn, that's really frustrating. Do we want to give him the Usohachi? Oh, this is so tough. Just thinking about it, so if we take... If we take... I don't think he's going to go for it. We lose next turn, realistically. But at least if I keep the Usohachi, I can tap one of the blockers and then just split the Don, try and clear the kid. And if he doesn't have a lot of counter, he could just lose. Only 2k, he's gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, not a lot. Sorry, I'm going to take it. We will... Oh, that's even more interesting. We won't trigger it, that's fine. Damn, this game's taken ages. He's probably just debating whether to go for it now. Okay, another law blocker. The crazy thing is, like, there is even a world where we survive another turn if we play out a blocker with the beam sword and the giant, because we can be 7k lead, we can block one attack, we can beam sword get to 9, tap something. Ooh, okay. Honestly, do we just try and survive one more turn? Let's start with this. See how he feels about that. They don't play Hody in this deck, do they? Tap my Don. You know, we might be okay because we might even clear. Come on, dude, you've either got it or you haven't. At this point in the game, like, there's not really much more we can do. Oh, he blocks, okay. That's pretty good for us. So, if we were to Luffy 10, yeah, we never kill him if we drop Luffy, but if we drop the Queen, we'll pitch the Shanks, and then we can go re-ramp the Don. Let's go 9. Go 9 into it twice. Okay, and then we pass. You know what, guys? We might have squeaked this. Straw Sword tap the blocker. That's pretty sad. Forgot about this card. This card's so good. Even still, though, like, what can we get to? We can get to 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can get to 17. He can go to 17. If he goes all in with this kid. Okay. Turn the Don, trash this, go to 11. Oh, we actually just, I think we got it, right? So 15. And then 17, 18, boss. GG. Yeah, we got there in the end. Damn, that was a crazy game. Yeah, that was interesting. Oh, he was kind of bricked up, yeah. So that's going to wrap up today's video. Ended up being more OP10 games than 09, but we did get the Shanks game in there. And yeah, once again, RP Luffy, one of my favourite decks. I think he's going to stay pretty strong as long as purple remains a strong colour, which it seems to be getting really good support each set. The Straw Hat crew type, particularly with Giant and everything being so good, and GP Luffy coming up. So yeah, I will definitely be still playing this leader for the foreseeable future. Thank you so much for taking some time out to tune into this video. I'm a completely new creator in the space, but I've been playing the game for a really long time. I love the game to pieces, it's my main passion. Looking to have some cool videos coming up soon with regional vlogs, yeah, some background stuff and more gameplay. So if you've got any ideas for videos, or you just enjoyed and want to leave a like or comment or even subscribe, that would be much appreciated. But thank you so much for watching.